Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is all set and ready to introduce many different twists and turns that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to be a revelation film, answering many of the burning questions from The Force Awakens, while also creating brand new questions at the very beginning of this movie that will be answered at the very end of Episode 9 as a way to really change how we view the past 8 Star Wars films and everything that comes in between. And that's what JJ wants to do at the end of the day. He wants to create new Star Wars lore, and he really wants to use The Rise of Skywalker as a foundation to create new Star Wars content. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense for Rey's father in Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Rey is said to be traveling to her father's secret hideout and base that is located on a strange world over in the Outer Rim. Rey travels here by use of a speeder that is very similar to what was already seen in The Force Awakens on Jakku, where as Rey nears the base, she steps on the speeder and breaks through the doors and travels down a series of stone steps. It's explained that in the basement of Rey's father's hideout holds many secrets related to her father's, where one of which is said to come across a audio transmission that Rey activates when listening to the recording. It is revealed indirectly to Rey that her father was the one responsible for creating Palpatine clones as a test during his time on Jakku many years ago, and that these clones were going to be used by Palpatine's essence transfer technique while he was still alive. However, it's explained that during the Battle of Jakku, Palpatine never got to use such clones, as Luke Skywalker destroyed each and every one of them, all during the Battle of Jakku, which took place roughly 1 year after the events of Return of the Jedi, Battle of Endor. Now, the Palpatine clones were destroyed and Rey's father was able to escape. However, it's said that Rey's father held a very close connection to Palpatine that will be explained in the third act of the movie by J.J. Abrams. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and as to why this is a clever callback to the expanded universe, while also at the same exact time not making it the main part of the plot of the movie. Now, this without a doubt is a nice little callback, a nod, if you will, to Star Wars Dark Empire, which was a comic series, in case you guys did not know, back in the 1990s that featured the Palpatine clones that were actually created by Palpatine himself, and that he would use the essence transfer technique to become young again. Now, these clones were all said to be created by Rey's father, and that Rey's father himself actually held a very close connection to Palpatine that's going to be explained in the third act of Episode 9. So that's another thing to look forward to here, is that, yes, there is more to the story about Rey's parents, and J.J. Abrams even said over at Star Wars Celebration and over at D23 that Rey's parents really are going to be the center of this story that's going to tie in with Palpatine's role in The Rise of Skywalker. That's truly going to change how we view the past 8 Star Wars movies, so I'm really excited to see how that's all going to work out. But I also want to go over this hidden base that belongs to Rey's father. Now, we're not quite sure exactly which world this really takes place on, other than the fact that it takes place over in the Outer Rim. Now, the Outer Rim really is also going to be another section of the galaxy that we're going to be spending a lot of time in this movie, as well as the Unknown Regions. The Unknown Regions, by the way, is going to be another main part of the galaxy that we have never seen in a live-action Star Wars movie in great depth. That's going to be explored heavily in Episode 9. In fact, when you guys watch the final trailer, you do see the Unknown Regions. That world with the Star Destroyers, that's actually the world of Exegol. It's said to be a dead planet right near the Beyond. And the Beyond is said to be a Force Nexus, the most powerful Force Nexus there is out of the entire galaxy, that allows Palpatine to use pretty much, uncalled powers that you have never seen before in a Star Wars film. So, moving beyond this, alright, everything related to Rey here, when we look at The Rise of Skywalker, the fact that she discovers these secrets about her father in the form of an audio transmission, the fact that she goes into her father's base, really tells us that they're trying to tell us a little bit more of a backstory of Rey's parents and exactly what they went through, during their time in between the Episode 6 and Episode 7. by J.J. Abrams, The Force Awakens. So that's another thing to look out for, is that this movie's also not only going to change how we view some of the characters, but it's also going to answer a lot of questions about some of the more mysterious characters that we haven't already seen yet. We have yet to see Rey's parents, and we're going to see them in some way, shape, or form in The Rise of Skywalker multiple times in this movie, and that's another thing to look forward to, is that there is going to be this connection between Rey's parents and Palpatine, which could very well fall directly in the leaks of Rey being the granddaughter of Darth Sidious. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.